Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the afternoon weather update. We do this here every day during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and on YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them all as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer any questions individually for you. But let's get started here with a look at what we're tracking out the next couple of days. Well, it's gorgeous out there right now. We've got plenty of sunshine. We'll hold on to that sunshine through the rest of this afternoon. It's also a bit breezy as well. Winds are coming up out of the north right now, and that's bringing in some drier air. So the combination of dry grounds, dry air, and the warmer temperatures, that does lead to that risk of increased fire danger. So just be careful if you're going to be lighting or burning anything. If you have a cigarette butt, make sure you put that out in some water and you don't just toss it out the window, as that could cause a fire to spread pretty quickly. Now, we are tracking out some rain chances, so that may bring some relief to the dryness we have out there, but they are going to be more scattered. So we're not expecting any kind of widespread soaking rain on the way anytime soon, which is really what we need to help bust us out of this drought. But we're expecting some scattered showers here Friday and then again on Saturday, and then we have a really big warm up on the way. Some of the warmest temperatures we've had all year round. We're talking about maybe our first 90s of the season, and then it looks like we've got more rain on the way by the time we get into next week. So here's a look at what's going on out there right now. We've got this area of low pressure hanging out over the Great Lakes that's sitting and spinning headed into New England. We've got a couple of thunderstorms rolling through western Pennsylvania right now, but we're covered by this nice area of high pressure off to our northwest. And you'll kind of notice the cloud cover kind of drifting through Wisconsin and into Illinois and even into central Indiana. It's coming in from the north, so that indicates that that high is bringing in some drier and albeit cooler air, relatively speaking. It's definitely not cold outside, but it does have that more of a refreshing crisp to it if you're standing outside for at any point. But taking a look at our visible satellite, hardly even a cloud out there. We've got a few spotty cumulus clouds hanging out to the north, but they'll cause us no issues. Now, taking a look at the temperatures, we're sitting mostly in the mid 70s right now, a few spots in the upper 70s, but 76 here in Evansville, 73 out towards Mount Carmel, sitting at around 77 down towards Madisonville. And over the next couple of hours, we'll either stay right there and then eventually cool down headed into this evening. So we're pretty much at our high for the day. We may tack on a degree more, but we're not expecting it to get too hot today. But we are expecting that big warm up here headed towards the end of the work week and into the weekend. Tonight will stay clear. Temperatures drop down into the mid to upper 40s. Winds will be out of the north between 3 to 9 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, a very pleasant day once again. Temperatures back up into the low to mid 70s. Sunny skies, low humidity, winds still out of the north. But taking a look at the weekend forecast here, we do start to see some shower chances returning here beginning on Friday. It looks like the best chance of that will be Friday morning. And then we'll see some more showers possible headed through Saturday into the afternoon hours. Temperatures, you'll notice, continue to increase, though. We'll have a couple of frontal boundaries passing to our west and to our north, so that's going to bring in that warmer air from the south. So we'll climb into and around 80 for Friday, into the mid 80s by Saturday, and then possibly touching 90 by the time we get into Sunday, possibly even the lower 90s in some locations, especially across western Kentucky. But let's talk about those rain chances here. Here we are Friday morning. This is around 9:30. We've got mostly those showers hanging up to our north, but we will eventually see some of those showers drop down southward throughout the day. And there could be even a few thunderstorms in here, but we're not concerned with any severe weather at this point in time, so that is good news. But you may get woken up by some of those rumbles, and then it looks like if we do hold on to any shower chances through Friday afternoon, they'd be fairly isolated. So I think the best chances of those rain showers and thunderstorms will be in the morning hours, and then as we get into Saturday, we'll have another frontal boundary kind of lifting to our north, so we'll see some spotty shower chances continue through Saturday morning and then even into Saturday afternoon. I think the better chances for maybe some more widespread shower chances will be next week, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. We'll actually have a cold front begin to move through, and that will take those temperatures back down. But before we get into beginning of next week, it is going to be hot out there headed into the weekend. So let me show you what the longer range European model shows Headed into Sunday, you'll see that warm front well off to our north, and you'll notice that very, very long fetch of warm, moist air coming in from the south. So that is where we're going to see those temperatures soaring into the upper 80s to even lower 90s. And we'll even hold on to that chance for a couple of 90s into Monday before we see those rain chances kind of develop through the afternoon. And then we have that cold front sliding in from the west, headed into Tuesday and into Wednesday. So I think that's where we'll have the best chance for those showers and even a few rumbles of thunder. But behind that cold front, colder air coming in from the north will help take those temperatures back down to at least right around average. So here's a look at that 7-day temperature trend. We're sitting in the 70s today and tomorrow, popping up into the 80s by Friday and into Saturday. And then there's where we're looking at the potential for our first 90s of the year, Sunday and even into Monday. You can't even rule that out. Temperatures are going to be well above average. Typically, we're in the mid 70s for this time of year, and then we'll start to see those temperatures come back down towards the middle of next week, dropping back down into the upper 70s to right around 80. Now, looking at the temperature outlook here through the end of the month, it still looks like even though we have that cold front coming in, we're going to stay above average. So much of the country seeing warmer temperatures, and in terms of rainfall amounts, we're not looking at a whole lot over the next 7 days. I think the better chances for more measurable rainfall will be well off to our southwest and off to our west and to our north in general, because that's where a lot of those frontal boundaries are going to be setting up. But over the next 7 days, we could pick up anywhere between a half an inch up to an inch. I think it'll probably be less than an inch, though, with the scattered nature of these showers. We're not really expecting anything widespread that's going to really help soak that ground. So here's a look at the current drought situation across the tri-state. A lot of the worst of this drought is going to be over western Kentucky, where they're sitting in that moderate to even extreme drought conditions. Much of southern Illinois and southwest Indiana, either in abnormally dry or in that moderate drought category. But with the lack of rainfall here and these warmer temperatures, at least over the last couple of days, I wouldn't be surprised if by the time this updates tomorrow, we see that expanded northward just a little bit. But here's a look at May stats so far. So in terms of our rainfall deficit, we're running around 2 inches below where we should be for the month. And for the year, we're running around 6 3/4 of an inch below where we should be. So we are very, very much in a deficit and need a lot of rainfall to kind of catch us back up. And temperatures have actually been slightly cooler, actually by around 5.6 degrees cooler here in the tri-state just for the month of May. But we just came off of an extremely warm April. We came off of the warmest April on record here in the Evansville area. So it's a nice change of pace, but we are going to see those temperatures climbing back up towards that 90-degree mark. So it's not going to feel cool and comfortable for very long. It's going to feel like the dead of summer here, headed into the second half of the weekend and into the start of the work week before that cold front cools us back down. But that is all I've got here for the forecast. So I am going to hop off the live stream and I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 4, 5, and 6. I'll be back here at 9 o'clock tonight for our all weather, all streaming show, and then back on air at 10 o'clock tonight for our late newscast. But until then, everybody, stay safe, stay cool, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.